And welcome back to Brews with the Homies. It's your host, Brews with Dbro. And on this episode, we got Brews with JB.
What up?
We got Travbro and Heron Brews. So on this episode, we're going to kind of recap of the birthday marathon. It felt like every day we were out for somebody's birthday party or celebration. So we're going to kind of go over that. And then in front of us, we got 3 incredible beers that we're going to try. And we're going to see what we think about them. So JB, what is the first beer that we're going to have today?
The first one we're going to start with, I want to start strong. We're going to do Mind Circus. It's going to be from River Brewing Company. You probably heard of them. We've had their Pliny, the older Pliny, the younger. They have a bunch of great beers. I wanted to try this one because we've tried Blind Pig too. And so this one I've never tried. So I got it. That way we could share it on the podcast, share it with you guys. I did get it in a trade. They're in Northern California, right? So if you ever want to go visit them, hit us up if you do, because I'll definitely trade for it. We'll get some more.
Most like you had this one before.
No, I had the other ones, but
you've had the other ones.
Yeah. So this one's their hazy. I've never been able to try it. I thought it would be a good one, like I said, just for us to share.
For you guys at home, that's the Mind Circus can. It's pretty cool.
And we'll post it in there like always. So if you're audio, we try to describe it the best that we can. If you're on video, Heron will edit it in for you. So if you've seen the last couple episodes that we've done a good job of making sure everything's included. Heron's done a great job of making sure to put everything there. So let's cheers on this one, boys, and then we'll describe it on the nose, what it looks like, and everything.
Smells delicious.
Oh my god, it smells so tropical, juicy, tons of like fruit flavors, like almost sweet.
Yeah, if I was blindfolded, I think I would have thought this was a monkish or something.
Yeah, it's just so juicy and wow. The aroma. Alright, let's taste it.
Flavor's a lot calmer than the nose.
Yeah, like the flavor, nice, calm, collected, but you get a great flavor. Not to say there's not like calm and the flavor's not hitting all the right notes. It actually gets a lot of flavor, yet being still calm. I don't know. So what do you think?
I don't know. Like, I go based off of tongue feel. And when I first had it, you can feel the flavor or the citrusness on my tongue just kind of like it amplifies. So for me, like when you said it was smooth, I'm like, what do you mean? This is like kind of strong on the tongue.
Yeah, I think it's like a little bit of bitterness, but there's a lot of mouthfeel, like a little tingliness on the tongue. So I definitely get that when you're describing it. But like the flavors really stick out for me, and I like the way it's, like Heron said, calm, yet the flavors all come out very well. James, Travbro, what's your...
It's pretty calm. I don't really get too much taste in it, to be honest with you.
No, that's fine.
Just a good IPA.
Yeah, just good for you. Just
famous rating, James?
It's a shirt.
Just a shirt?
Just a shirt.
That's a what?
It's a 2.
It's a 2? It's a 2? It's a twofer. Twofer. Heron, what do you think?
I don't know. This is like, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably like a good old summer beer. Like, you can have it out at, if you're in Lake Tahoe or some random place, if this beer's laying around, you're gonna have a dinner, sit down for some pizza, and see this beer, like, that's solid.
Solid.
And then on Untapped, it was saying that it uses Nelson and Strata hops.
Okay.
And so that's where it's kind of getting that little bit of, like Dustin was talking about, that mouthfeel tingliness, like a little bit of like almost, I don't know, I would say like a bright citrus is what people call that when it tingles. But yeah, it's more, a lot of people, from what I've read, it's very relaxed. There wasn't like a distinguished flavor characteristic that's like jumping out at you. It's very calm at 7%. It's just an easy drinking beer. I really enjoy it. I think some of the other Russian Rivers that have a lot more like powerful notes and characteristics. So I think that stuck out to me more. This one, I'd probably put it right in the middle of the road. I don't think that I would rate it super high. I think it's probably like a 4. Solid. Would have it again, but I don't think I'm going and like grabbing 4 cans for myself. Maybe like 2 just to have, and maybe 1 to share. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Russian River is funny because like they all have that like distinct bitterness. Some more bitter than others. I feel like this one's the most calm when it comes to bitterness, but it's still pretty bitter. Like even though it's relaxed, like I always think like the first time you had a bitter beer.
Yeah.
Like, people would think this is the most bitter thing they've ever tasted in their life. Even though, for us, compared to other beers, especially West Coast and whatnot, it's really not that bitter. It's pretty calm, and the bitterness kind of balances with every other flavor. But, yeah, I mean, it's definitely more bitter than every other hazy IPA that we've tasted that are mad juicy. I wouldn't call this necessarily juicy, just nice and citrusy. It's got like a citrus bitterness and flavor to it.
Yeah,
So-
it just surprised me off the nose because you thought you would get a lot more sweetness and how like great it smelled from just like tropical, juicy, sweet smells.
So my question is, Heron, because you made this question, or you said this statement earlier. If you were blindfolded and based off the smell, you would have thought this is monkish. By the taste, would you blindfolded, would it be like the monkish taste or no?
Not at all. No. For some reason, like at the beginning, like I don't even sense it right now because maybe I got desensitized or whatnot.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I smelled like kind of like a monkish kind of interesting. I don't know if it's the yeast or something. I haven't nailed that down yet. But on the flavor, it just tastes like an ordinary kind of. It almost tastes like a very light West Coast, almost like a Duck Hunter, which
Okay.
we need to have on the podcast very soon. But it almost tastes like a Duck Hunter in a way.
Yeah.
Really?
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. The last time I had a duck hunter, I think there's some different characteristics that pop out. But
Sure.
I haven't had the new batch on the last episode when we had Chris and Vinny on. Chris talked about he's always perfecting the recipe, changing things. And his current recipe is one of his favorites. So we definitely have to try that new recipe and see and kind of compare and have it on the podcast. 'Cause I think
Oh yeah.
We had
You
it
know,
on the podcast about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was when you were going to your concert.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys
Oh,
had it
yeah,
without me.
yeah.
No
Okay,
way.
I see.
Yeah.
I remember. I think I. Thought
we
that
got to
was the
see which
one.
batch that was.
See, I remember this now.
Uh-huh.
I was like,
They all
I'm pretty
coming
sure
back.
we
Yeah.
did. And I think, I remember.
Uh-huh.
But we're going to kind of go back to this event because, you got the before the event. You never got what happened during the event and after the event. So, where do you guys want to start first? Right when we wrapped it up with Vinny? Or
Yeah, just go into it.
Chronological order, baby.
Alrighty, so after we finished our episode with Vinny, we kind of got everything ready to go, and everybody kind of showed up right at 5 o'clock. So JB took the initiative of being the beer distributor, pourer, and kind of get everybody started. And I'll let JB take over from there.
Yeah, so, when we wanted to start off, like, pretty well off, we didn't want to go too crazy or, like, crack open a bunch of stouts to start. We wanted to make sure that it was a great introduction to certain beers. So I'm going to just scroll back to where we were because I had pictures from the whole event and had everything, kind of lined up from the night. So the first one that we started off with, I believe Dustin brought, and
Yeah,
then I
shout
brought
out.
the other one.
Shout out to Corey's.
Yeah, he got that at Corey's, and I actually got mine from Corey's too.
Nice.
So he had Sing Along Deathmatch. This one is going to be a collaboration. I think it was between Jester King. It's a farmhouse ale brewed with rosemary, smoked honey, and bruised plums. This
That-
was the one that was like super unique. People were like, "Dang, you guys are starting off
That's really
pretty
good.
wild."
It was
Fun.
It
so
was
good.
so good. They have more bottles at Corey's, and I've been debating about going to get some more because
How
that
much
shit
is it,
was
like $30 or what?
No, it was not even close to that. It was like $20.
No
That's not
way.
bad.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
go get a
okay.
bottle now.
I know they're really
Dude.
affordable. Remember, the one I brought was Meowsonry. We've
I
had it
saw
on
that
the
one.
Yeah, we've had it on the podcast before. It's a great, just like bitter farmhouse ale. So those went kind of like side by side, really good to go 1-2 right off the bat for people to try.
Yeah.
And I think everyone enjoyed it. And then from there, we kind of started going more into the IPAs. We transitioned to a couple different ones. Like some highlights, we've had ones that were shared. So we had a couple from WeldWorks. People were, like Zach was nice enough to buy a couple to share.
Oh,
We've
man.
had Tiger come in and bring stuff to share. And we also had Josh came and was sharing with us too. So a lot of people showed up, gave their support.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
with
we
us.
appreciate you guys. There's a lot of great beers. Throughout the night, we even cracked open some Green Cheek. We had some Monkish. So it was just a fun time. When we transitioned from drinking, hanging out, we made sure everyone had food, water. But there was a cool thing when we finally decided to like get you guys together and have like a happy birthday moment.
Hold on. I got iced before all.
Oh,
of that.
okay, yeah, you gotta.
I got iced too.
James and I
We both got iced.
at this before the birthday cake.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So James and I both got iced, and everybody. Thank you, Zach. And nobody expected me to put the first one down like I did. Everybody was like, "Damn, dude, we didn't expect you to fucking go down like that." And I was like, "Hey, it happens." And James had the lovely ado to share ice with me twice that weekend. So
That was fun.
that was a lot of fun. And then the birthday cake. I'll let JB kind of take over this because he was in on this and I wasn't.
Yeah, so when we hung out at BZ Warm Springs, Heron and I were there, and Zach was hanging out with us. He told us this plan that he had going for the boys, that he wanted to do a Montucky birthday cake. He wanted to stack all the cans up. He talked with Chris about it, got the approval, and he bought 30 cans of Montucky so that way we could get as many people to shotgun as possible. So if you've seen it on the social media, I'll post it on this episode too, so that way Heron could throw it in there. It was just a nice tall stack of cans of Montucky for the celebration, and you know what? Dustin went over there, messed with the can. They all fell down.
Actually, I had the video.
we
Upon
both
further review, it was the wind that blew the top can off.
After he put it
No.
up there
It
and
took
made it
about
wobble.
a good 3 seconds
Yeah.
after that.
Hey, it doesn't matter how it
And
happened.
it was great because everybody shotgunned.
Because it made everyone panic. It fell. Everyone's like, "Oh shit!" And then we're like, "Don't waste the beer." So we all were just started.
Yeah,
Vinny, everybody was.
Everybody
cracking
just
them open.
started cracking
Here,
them,
boom,
and then-
boom, and we just
and
started
then-
shotgunning.
James and I got iced again
Yeah.
in the cake. I'm glad that the bottles didn't break and fall because then I
Yeah,
would have
that
felt
would've been the
really
biggest
bad.
thing,
But James and I got ice, so everybody was taking videos, and I had the right idea to cheers the camera on each one. So whoever got a video got a cheers on the camera, and we had a good time. Your dad, James, was laughing his ass off the whole time.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing ever because anytime I looked at your dad, he couldn't just stop laughing. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, that's
That's
what
him.
happens.
He's a good guy. Yeah, he hasn't seen me shotgun since college, really.
Oh,
so
wow. So
It's
when
been
he
a
saw you
while.
shotgun, he was like, dang.
He's like, let's see how this goes. So
Did you make him proud?
I made him proud.
Yeah.
I finished
We
the
were like,
cans. Yeah, it's
Yep.
a rare sighting for me to do a shotgun. So
Even
So-
better. But I do got to say a special thanks to Zach and Amber because, you guys helped make this night possible with some of your activities. You, definitely were the life of the party for most of us. So I do got to
Absolutely.
say thank you guys for everything because without you guys, I don't know what kind of shenanigans we would have got into.
Yeah. No, yeah, we appreciate them. It was such a fun time. Thanks to everyone else that came out. Steven was there too.
Yes.
Vinny was taking care of us, making sure.
Dude, you can't
Yeah.
forget Quinn, man. He
Yeah.
brought some
Oh, yeah,
Russian
come
River
on.
stuff.
Yes,
bro.
I'm getting
Dude.
there. That's why I have the picture of all the stuff.
I'm
So
excited about it.
yeah, so thank you to Quinn also for coming through. He always supports us.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
always coming through. He came to my bottle share
Dude, he
for my
brought
birthday.
he brought some bangers too.
Yeah, so we had
Thank you.
the pale ale from Russian River. So now we're kind of going full circle of trying
Yeah.
all their lineup, which was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We even brought the cans that we did on the episode before from Lazy Dog, so that way people could try the beers that we did on the last episode, and we told them about that. So it was just a cool, fun experience for us to go through. I think the total end count was 39 or 40 between the cans and bottles.
Jesus.
So we went through a lot. People were drinking on tap too. A lot of great stuff there. People got food. So as we kind of wrap this part up, I want to transition to the next beer. This one is from Arizona. When I went down and grabbed it,
I got you on this one,
There you
since
go.
you always do it. This one is from Historic Brewing Company, and let me tell you, the can does not disappoint. The name of the beer is Piehole Porter. It's a picture of a pie on a red can, just like this. But on the side right here, it says, "Put it in your mouth, Piehole Porter." So I'm
There
excited.
you go.
It's kind of interesting.
nice play on words there.
Yeah, and on the can it says it's a cherry vanilla porter. So I'm expecting some big cherry flavors on this. What are you guys expecting? I want to hear it.
well, I want to get that cherry vanilla. So a little side story to this. Heron and I had the
It smells like a pie, by the way.
wheat ale of this. So cherry vanilla wheat ale. So super light, but you still got that cherry vanilla. It's very relaxed, very nice beer to have. So I'm very curious to see how this stacks up, and hopefully we get some nice, really cherry vanilla like Coke flavor. That's what I'm looking for. I want to like get that.
All right.
So this is crazy.
Cheers.
On the nose,
Smells
I
like
get-
a cherry pie.
it gets.
Yeah.
You think so? I
get
get
a
a
lot of
lot of
crust.
like. I get some sweetness that
Yeah.
I can't really pick up on, but I get a lot of like kind of roasty,
like porter,
coffee. In a way.
coffee. Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I get
Like
like
a
a dark
sweetness,
roasted
too.
coffee, like an espresso roasted coffee blend, where you just open the bag and you just are like, what in the hell?
I kind of agree with Dustin. Though. I get a little sweetness though from
Yeah.
that. Like I get
Yeah.
that roastiness from you, but I'm also picking up on sweetness. So all right, I'm ready to try this.
Yep.
Let's go. Cheers again.
I've already had 2 sips on it,
Oh,
and you can kind of tell by the tone of my voice I'm disappointed, just a little bit, because I don't feel like I get any cherry taste into it.
Okay.
I don't get any cherry either.
I feel like this is a watered down coffee. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a coffee drinker, so you guys got to educate me on what I'm like tasting here. So I
Okay,
know.
I'll let Heron go first because I actually have some interesting opinions about this.
This is kind of like an Americano in a way, where you have a shot of espresso and then so 1 part espresso, 2 parts hot water. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like it's not a pour over. That pour overs have a little more body than this. This one has like virtually no body. It's kind of like water thin, but it's also got like that nice roastiness. I don't know. I went to actually a Korean restaurant once, and they had like this water. It was at every table, and
Okay.
you had no other water, but it tasted like coffee. Like they put like it was like
Interesting.
light, like watered down coffee, and that's kind of like not what this tastes. This tastes more like an Americano. Like it has a lot of roasted coffee notes on there, and I guess not a whole lot else. But I really enjoy that about this. It's
Yeah.
a nice porter. For me, it's a nice porter.
Yeah, I think it's a very like we got to separate the fact like we've had so many stouts that a porter is supposed to be light body. There's not a lot of mouthfeel. It's not super thick. There's not as much going on. I get a lot of what you're saying on the front end, but on the back end, I get a little bit of like sweetness. I get a little bit of like a vanilla.
I do get vanilla. Yes.
And it reminds me because we had the wheat ale, that cherry that came through on that a little bit. It comes through at the end. It's not like a very strong. We're so used to like cherry being such a strong flavor and the fruited sours of it. But it's
Okay.
very light. Like it's something
I
to
do
where
see that.
you have to really focus and really be used to drinking. I think these styles,
All right,
it turns you off.
I got
think
you.
because
I'm
of the
gonna
coffee.
focus. I'm
Yeah.
gonna focus. All right,
Focus.
I'm gonna get in the beer. All right,
All right,
here we
big
go.
line.
But
Get
it's
it.
tough for you because you don't like coffee too, so it's like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
initial taste
Hold on.
is really tough.
Now that I've focused, I get the cherry taste at the end, but it's very.
It's at the
thin.
very end.
It's at, like, at the literally the very
I get
end.
more vanilla at the end. I haven't not tasted cherry yet.
But no, actually, I have opened up a lot to coffee.
You
and
have,
I've told
surprisingly,
I've
yeah.
told Heron that one day when he's ready, I would let him brew me some coffee.
Oh yeah.
So
We'll make like affogatos and whatever else you want. Like
I just want to get it out there that I'm willing to try it. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I'm just really disappointed because like the biggest thing on the can that you first read like on the ingredients is cherry,
Right.
and you don't.
and it's
get,
a red can.
And it's a red can.
Yeah,
so like
you're,
to me, like I'm anticipating like a big cherry presence,
yeah.
but I don't really get that, and maybe I'm just missing it. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think it's just not very standout. It's not huge in the flavor, but I don't know. I've had a couple porters and they just haven't been good. I think I've been let down a lot with a lot of porters. So for me, it tastes good. I enjoy it, but because of the fact it's gonna get points marked off. You're talking about, come on, cherry's the main point. The red can, like that's where we come into like this grading of. It's a good beer. Like I would get it again. I really enjoy it personally. I think it's a great porter, but I think it needs extra cherry. I think, or just rebrand this as more of like a vanilla porter with a little bit of sweetness. Don't mark it as a cherry vanilla porter. But of course, we're being super critical. I would still rate it on a porter scale like a 4 for me because I think it's on the top end. I usually don't rate porters unless they're really good, like at a high rating, or I feel like if I don't really enjoy a certain style, I try not to rate it as harsh because of the fact that I know I'm being a little bit more critiquing on it. So,
but
I feel
I
like
agree
that
with
4 is fair because I took away points from what they should have could have done or added a little bit of improvement, but I'm still giving them a rating to where I think it works. 4 is still very solid. I think that's great.
I would honestly still rank this a 4, and I think I would get 2 cans. That's just my thing. 2 cans. I think I would be cool off of that. This is definitely like one of those porters that you can drink all year round just because of how light it is.
Of course, yeah. It's never gonna be like too much or too thick to where you can't enjoy it. Now it's still light enough. I think the percentage is only like on the side. Was it like 6%, 5.5?
5.5. Yeah.
Okay, so 5.5%.
I do want to mention last episode, Chris Jacobs mentioned the whole package of a beer. So right on this thing, we're gonna pop it up again because I'll pop it up on the video once we talk about it, explain it. But I'll pop it up again this time. So it has a pie. And that's a cherry pie, right?
Yeah, you can tell right away. Like,
and it tastes nothing like cherry pie. So like your expectations versus reality, you kind of get let down. Like, but I don't know. It's cute. It looks nice.
Yeah.
But do you want this expectation in your consumer's head when they take the first sip? Now that's a question for the brewer and the brewery, and the marketing person,
everything.
Right, So hey, just food for thought there.
Yeah, I agree. So I do, but I really do like how Chris last week, and if you didn't hear or see what Chris said, that episode is posted. It is part 2.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it. It was pretty cool. Chris did announce some cool things on there, but kind of getting off topic. When you advertise something and you have a cherry pie on the front of it, you got a cool catchy name, Piehole Porter, and then you got a cool catchy slogan on the side that says "Put it in your mouth." Like, to me, I'm expecting this to be a pretty good beer. That's pretty good marketing and pretty good advertisement to the consumer. And if I went to a store and I saw that on the shelf and read that, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna give this a chance. And not to have the big cherry thing, that was kind of like on there,
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks, but I do agree with Joe though. It is a 4. It's really, like I said, I would have 2 cans, 1 for me and 1 to share.
Yeah, and that it goes back to, if you're gonna put all your eggs in this basket, marketing it this way, then it just needs more cherry. But if they were to market this as just pie porter or something just where you don't know that you're expecting cherry or you're not expecting a certain profile, I would have been like, damn, this is solid. You get a little sweetness. You get I get the whole experience. And that's kind of when you go so hard on the marketing or get such a good plan and it works. It was great. It made us buy the can. It made me want to try this with you guys. So you won on that side. Now it's just, if you could back up that other side, get the full package, then it'll even take off even more. Yeah. So I think that's what's cool about the beer industry is we can enjoy the beer, appreciate it, but at the same time, we can find ways to be critical and give positive feedback and give a feedback to where it's not like, oh, this beer sucks because it doesn't have cherry. No, we appreciate this style, we appreciate this, and this about it, but you caught us on the marketing, you did great, but this is the one thing that would have taken it to the next level, or these are the few things that could have made this beer a 4.5 or better on the scale. So my question for you guys about the event, what was your favorite part? Because there was so many great times. You guys were smiling, we were joking with people, we're running back and forth, inside, outside, enjoying everything. I want everybody's favorite moment.
Excellent segue into this portion because I was hanging out outside. I had no idea what the hell you guys were cracking. But JB walks up to me with this beer and he says, "Hey, it's the porter." And I'm like, What are you talking about? What do you mean? The porter that I brought? What was it called? 10 Mile or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this thing from Pure Project, 10 Mile Porter. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, let's taste this thing then. And I tasted it. It was excellent. I don't know. You guys have quite a bit to say about it because it was one of your guys' favorite porters. So I want to go down that first before we transition to what your favorite part of the night was.
Okay. Can I be honest with you?
I mean, you can always be honest with me.
I think the porter that I had spilt when the fucking Montucky cake fell.
Oh no, was that the porter? I thought that was a stout.
No, I gave you a stout.
Oh,
that was
Did I even get it?
Yeah, you did.
Are you
The
sure?
porter. Oh.
Yes,
We don't
I'm
remember
100%
anything.
sure.
Okay, so I do.
You're like, you can edit me doing the whole like algebra thing in my head. And
Okay, you're
saying,
like, where's the chalkboard?
yeah, where is it?
So I do remember having the porter. I did like that porter, but I like when you do beer events like that.
You were too drunk.
No, I wasn't drunk. It's
You
just
just
everything kind of blends in, and you
Yeah.
kind of forget when you had it, and then you're just kind of like, oh damn. That's the only thing that sucks about big bottle shares.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll answer your question because,
He remembers.
I remember.
Yeah.
So-
I'm out on that one.
I thought, because we had a couple concerns. It was from 2017. It was their first batch of
That's
this.
a long time
It was
ago.
a long
Yeah,
time
For
ago.
a porter, if it was
So-
infected, it would have tasted like a sour.
Oh, it would have been
Oh.
so bad. So I even have it because I made sure to check it in because I was like
5 years.
I don't
No
want
way.
to forget it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Aged.
oh my god, I rated it really high because it was batch 2 from 2017. I wasn't sure how this would be, but everyone enjoyed it at the share. So the biggest.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, now I'm remembering.
Sorry to get there. So with this one, I thought it had so much complexity for a porter, right? Especially for that age, I thought it would be very mellow. Some things would have fallen off, but 13.6% ABV
Wow.
didn't taste like that.
Yeah.
Because I would expect stout, porter. Usually stouts are in that higher range. Porters are a lot lower. I don't usually see a porter over like 8%.
Right.
So to have that, I think it really helped keep like the age of it, everything. I got a lot of complex flavors I put in there. It was more of like a vanilla maple like smokiness. Like all those flavors really combined. I don't know if you remember that, because I was talking about like, oh my god, it has like such a unique like maple vanilla, but like a little bit of like barrel smokiness.
Yeah, I
And-
remember this one.
And
Now,
I've
now it's
never
starting
had
to
We're
click.
jogging our memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at a photo for me is a big thing.
Yeah,
So I'll
that
show you.
was a big thing too. Looking at the.
But I never look at that. So
yeah.
I've never had a porter have that much complexity in barrel, and I was just like, wow, like there's a lot going on here. I really enjoyed it. Shared it with everyone.
Yeah,
So
the Owen Wilson factor.
wow. But
Wow.
Aaron, what was it? Do you remember like what when I handed it to you and you drank it? Like what stood out to you?
I got you.
I mean, I was surprised. Like, I was just surprised that it was in my hand because I was like, I was sitting on this bottle since earlier this year when we went to a Pure Project, because they just released to the Cellar Syndicate members like, hey, we have these bottles left over.
Still,
Go
so
ahead and buy
wait.
'em.
Hold on. Pier just recently released that beer from 2017.
Well, yeah, they allowed us to be able to
To
purchase
purchase
it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So they had
Okay.
leftovers. So they always do like a cool cellar sale where
So do you
they
think?
keep stuff
So
and like
my question is, because you
So-
said you were worried about it if it got infected. Do you think Pure would have sold it to you guys if they were worried about it?
no, but at the same time, we've bought beer from places where it happens. In
Okay.
most breweries, when it happens, they'll be honest and they'll take care of you. And you could, I've even heard stories where people have went back and been like, "Hey, this is infected or this had an issue," and they'll take care of them or send them something else. It's very rare a brewery will tell you to go fuck yourself in terms of like if something happens to where they think that it was caused by them,
Right.
because if they'll never know. Like what happens if they had it was fine, they bottled it, shipped it out, and then got infected on transportation, or something happened between them tasting it and then getting it out to the consumer, they would never know. So if you never complain, how would they know? But if a group of people start contacting and telling them, then they could be like, oh shit. I've seen it on Untapped where it'll be like, this bottle was infected, and it'll be in the description so people know when they're checking in, like, oh shit, like this was an infected bottle.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's rare. You rarely see it happen. I think we've only had like 1 or 2 beers that were infected on a stout side, and it's funky. It's different. Like you can
It's like
kind
a
of
sour, like a dark sour.
yeah, it's like
ale.
a
It's
funky
so strange.
like if you're into like funky stuff at first, you could kind of be like, oh my god, I kind of like it, but then you're like, nah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Like the more you drink it. But yeah, so going back to my question, now that we got that out of the way, I want to hear your guys' favorite moments from there, and then we'll get into this third beer.
Dustin, you can go.
Oh, my favorite moment is when the cans of Montucky fell over, because that was my due diligence and my job to hand out as much beer as I could and get everybody to either A, shotgun, or just drink a Montucky. And can I tell you, my success rate with getting people to shotgun was great. I had Heron and his guest shotgun. I had my friends that showed up shotgun. I had random people at the bar shotgun. It was a great time. It was a really great time, and it was great because when I was walking up to people, you're like, "Oh, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa," just happy, just giving them out, and then everybody's like, "Oh, great, yay!" and it was great.
So how can you turn down free beer? Come on.
Yeah, you can, especially when it's Montucky.
Yeah. All right. What about you, James?
I mean, this broad event, everything was great about it.
He doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I didn't remember the end part of it.
Yeah.
So, I think, honestly, just having everyone there is one of my favorite parts. I know it's lame, it's probably, just a simple way of saying it, though, but I loved everyone there. I loved you guys being there, supporting us. And then everything was great about it.
Yeah.
I freaking loved every minute of it. But
my question is, James, do you remember us losing to Gabby and Jordan and Cornwall?
yes, I remember that. Yeah, that was fun.
Ah, man, that sucked. But
all right, Heron, what was your favorite part?
Oh man,
I thought he said it was the porter. When you handed him the
he
beer outside.
segued into
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he tried to steal my thunder a little bit with the new question, but it's okay.
I was just like, hey, we need to bring this up because it was a standout porter.
Yeah, it was,
like, come on,
definitely.
we're
And we
talking
just
about
had a porter. Okay.
I thought he
Yeah,
answered.
he took
My
that a
bad.
little offensive,
My bad.
A little drama.
I mean, that was one of my favorite parts. I don't know. I think my all-time favorite at these events are when people show up with their own bottles and beer to share, because then it's like, everyone came to party. Like, everyone's bringing their good stuff. Like, everyone respects everyone around here, and we're just here trying to have a good time, enjoy excellent beer with great people. Just excellent people, really. Like, everyone is so cool.
So what you're saying is the same thing I'm saying. He enjoyed
just
the
in
entire
better.
event. Just better said.
He said the beer that everybody else brought.
And then the humans that are behind the beer that they brought.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. All right, JB, introduce us to this Fat Orange Cat.
Okay, so as he said, Fat Orange Cat. Cheers it! Hurry up! It's Box of Rainy Cats. It's a New England style IPA at 7%. It's the artwork on this can is awesome. It's hilarious, and I think who got this one? Did you bring this?
Yeah, from Corey's. Shout out Corey's again.
Nice.
Yep, you brought it from them. So I'm gonna take a quick picture and then I'll cheers with you guys. I know you're.
Oh,
cheers.
well,
No, too late. We're gonna take a sip.
Yeah, we're gonna take a sip. It's drinking time.
All right. It is drinking time. It's kind of like juicy. Like on the nose, it's kind of juicy.
Cheers.
I'm curious. What is that? What does it bring you? You're the one who makes the audible sounds, Dbro. So go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I know you're moaning over this one.
Oh
so.
man, it's a 7% New England style IPA. I fucking love it. It's very smooth, very juicy, a little tangy. I just like it. It reminds me of orange juice in a way, without the pull.
So the hops in there are Citra and Nelson. So when we had the Triple Jasper with Nelson, with Vinny, I think I'm starting to really hone in on what Nelson is, and I kind of get it on here too.
It's a little spiciness, right?
Yeah,
Is it
it's
spicy?
That's what I mean, like the tanginess.
It's like a hop spice to where, like, every time I get that, I'm starting to realize it's like that Nelson. So that Triple Jasper, the first time we had it, so juicy, so creamy, that's all Citra. And then you go into the Nelson style Triple Jasper, then you're like, oh shit, you get a little bit more of a punch. That's why I said on the podcast I was talking about. The difference is it's not as like juicy and creamy. It's more of like a punch, dank. It has like a little bit more standout kick of flavor, and that's why I'm getting here because hey, it's Citra and Nelson. So no wonder why we like it, because it's two hops that play really well together. I think a lot of companies are really figuring out how to utilize these two hops very well together.
When you say play well together, you mean like holding hands, like this?
No, like slapping the shit out of each other and being like, "Hey, bro, I love you."
Yeah,
like that.
There it is. In your mouth, the two are combining and slapping, and so you get the both flavors going on.
Nelson's funny because it's kind of like adding like pepper to your steak or something. Where like it's not like a spiciness like an actual like hot pepper. It's like a spiciness like a black ground pepper. You know, like you just fresh ground pepper.
I like that. James,
what
you're
do you
awfully
think?
quiet.
I know, you're
over
awfully
there.
quiet over there.
Oh, you're pulling a mat now.
Yeah.
It's just a really good beer. This one is honestly my favorite out of the three we've had today.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
this one is a shirt and shorts.
Ooh, so
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Okay.
Definitely buy a 4-pack of this one.
Okay. There's still more at Corey, so if you want some more,
definitely
get some. Definitely do gotta say, this New England style IPA, I kind of like it. It's a little bit different. I would really like to do one of these days a New England versus a West Coast.
Yeah, like do the different styles.
Different style.
We definitely can do that. Yeah,
I feel like that would be an interesting one because they're like two different IPA styles.
Yeah. Like when you get into like the different styles, like then you can manipulate the styles of the styles. Like then it gets really complex because then you could just dive into that next and next and next. So we'll try to get like the single base styles that you're talking about that have no like real like deviation, or they're not trying to put so much of a twist, so we could compare like the baseline.
Yeah. Because I think that would be a cool, fun episode to do, especially to make us guess. Because I like it when I get to test your guys' knowledge.
The mystery.
The mystery is always my favorite.
So we're gonna have to do another one.
Especially we haven't done a mystery flight on the podcast yet.
On
YouTube, on the video
YouTube,
format. So like I said, I would really like to do that just to test our ability.
Yeah, so this one I just wanted to put out again. It's by Orange Cat Brew Company, North Haven, Connecticut, distributed by 12%. So that way you guys know how we're getting it, where it's from, see if you could get it. So, yep. I would rate it on my range. It's great flavors, great hops working together. Probably like a 4.2. Probably perfect for me. I'd probably get 2 cans, and then I would love to share this. So I'd probably get 3 cans total. 2 cans for myself, 1 to share. And I didn't get to answer the question, but I'll answer it now. Favorite part of the event, I think with doing these events, the last couple that we have done, to see us go from just like a hobby, something that like it was just, oh, let's have beer, let's share, to, oh, let's do the podcast for fun. Oh, let's have us get together every week and talk about things. And hey, let's take feedback from you guys listening or watching and continue to progress, but still have fun with it. And let's see how we can hone in and do what we want and just have a good time, and then see people support us. So kind of what James was saying, seeing everyone there, having everyone support us, but just in my own way and different.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So going back to that, but shout out to everyone that came. I just appreciate you guys, and hopefully we could do more events, more fun stuff for you guys to be involved with, and hopefully, we have big goals and ambitions, and hopefully we could fulfill some crazy stuff going in to the later parts of this year. But I just think that from what we're doing and having fun, that's like the best part of it. And as Chris said, like that's what kind of went for him. He had these 2 very big philosophies that were his main like kind of goals and staples that allowed him to progress this far and do the amount of crazy fun stuff that he's done. And I think ours is just having fun with the homies, drinking beer with the homies, sharing stories, trying new beers, finding the right beer for anyone that comes to our parties or events. And for us, that's what makes it so rewarding. We could go into Beer Zombies, share beers, and be like, hey, like if Matt or Ryan or anyone that's behind the bar, is like busy, we could be like, hey, like we have a recommendation for you. And like we're learning, we see them, and we're learning all this knowledge, and just from hanging out with our peers, talking about beer. So that's where we're gonna go from here, and I just love that fact. So I'll wrap that up. So
knowledge.
Yeah. Don't go on too long.
Said,
yeah.
I know. I like to go on my rants, but
he
what's your rating on this?
My rating on this? Not my favorite Fat Orange Cat that we've got here in town. We've gotten a few of their cans.
Well, we have gotten quite a bit.
I would say this is probably their, I don't know. Fat Orange Cat has really done some good stuff. Like, all of their cans are incredible. I would try all of them, including this one. But if I had to pick between this can and any other Fat Orange Cat that I've had here in town, I'd pick the other one. This is probably my least favorite Fat Orange Cat.
Do you remember what the other one was?
Dude, there's all kinds of stuff. But literally every single Fat Orange Cat that I've had was probably better than this one.
Okay.
And that's not to say that this one's bad. This one's like, what? If you're going to put on a scale of 1 to 5, like, or 0 to 5? Probably not 0 to 5. Whatever. Just 4 out of 5. Just,
okay. Yeah.
It's solid.
Right there, yeah. So, my question is to the whole group right here. Rate your beers 1 to 3. I know this was your favorite of the 3, so we'll start with you. That's number 1.
So 1.
Okay.
2.
2 is gonna be the Russian River Mind Circus.
Yeah, and then 3
is the Piehole Porter.
Yeah.
Okay, Dustin, Dbro, how are you gonna rate these?
See, I'm gonna go ahead with the box of Raining Cats from
Okay.
Fat Orange Cat.
Number 1.
This is gonna surprise you. I liked Piehole Porter better than Mind Circus.
So that's your 2, and then 3. Okay,
Yeah.
Aaron.
All right, so Porter's number 1,
Yep.
and then Mind Circus number 2, and then Cat's number 3.
Okay. I like that.
Hey, I can't argue with you. That's my rating. Even though I rated this slightly higher than that in terms of what I like better. See, that's where my rating and stuff of like how I rate things. People will probably be like, I don't know how I feel about that, but I would still go Piehole Porter number 1. Number 2, I would go Box of Raining Cats, and 3 Mind Circus.
Okay,
Nice.
so we just flipped those last 2. You're
Yeah.
right.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool, fair.
So, before we wrap this up, we forgot to talk about one thing, and I thought this was the coolest thing. On Saturday, we went golfing at 5 o'clock in the morning, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's our
And-
new regular thing to do, and I absolutely love it.
And can I tell you, for the 4 of us to play as well as we did, I was really fucking impressed. Because normally, I'm the one that's stinking it up. And I didn't come in last this time. I shot below a 90 by 1 stroke. And that's all that fucking matters.
Yeah,
So
it was
proud
a
of
great
you.
time.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so we
Oh,
went
man.
to celebrate his birthday early in the morning. I did a post about it, but hey, it was such a great time. We went out there bright and early, and you could tell, like, when we go bright and early, the energy's low in the beginning. But hey, this man goes and like birdies the first 2 holes.
Yep.
This man's hitting the best shots. Heron's just playing consistent. He drives the green basically in 3 putts for a par. You know, we just had it all
Shut
going
the
on.
hell up,
I
dude.
finished with more
That might have
pars.
been a bogey.
Hey, it's alright. I hit him back. I finished with more pars than this fucker to my left.
But
Dude,
it's
you
okay.
killed him parts.
I
Yeah.
did.
Dustin
did
and
so-
I did some flailing dancing. while
Oh
we were at it.
yeah,
Oh,
James, your playlist for that morning was phenomenal.
I know, it
You
was
and
on
I
that
were
level.
air guitaring. I was riding the pony. I was doing everything. It
Yep.
was great. And then I thought it was the bright idea to buy us shots at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
That was
so we
goofy.
did fireball shots in the morning too.
And then I followed it up with the shotgun. So for you guys, it was definitely a course, and it will always be a course that I shotgun on the course.
So what's great is that clubs were thrown and shafts were bent, and that's all we have to say.
James, the last hole.
And people throwing clubs. JP.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, it's
Oh.
okay. I couldn't make a putt to save my
As
life. I think
funny
I
as we're saying
7 or
Oh,
8
man.
3 putts, and I still shot 80, so I don't give a shit.
As
But
funny as we were all saying, oh my gosh, we had such a great time. Like you said, I bet my fucking putter on the last hole. You threw a club at like,
Dude, that was like
12 or
that was
like
like
13.
50 yards, dude.
like I've never seen him throw a club like in a while. But
it's been a while. But hey, when you're 3-putting that much, you have to
When you
have
were-
the designated throwing club. That's my designated throwing club.
I just have
know?
to say though, I'm just really glad that he tried to take a shot at you and you fucking fired right back.
Hey, it's
Oh,
okay.
man.
Damn, I was
Hey,
impressed.
it's all in fairness,
I was impressed. I do gotta say, thank you guys for the fucking amazing week that we had. Especially thanks to Quinn, Zach, Amber, Josh,
Steven,
Chris, Vinny,
Vinny.
everybody that has been involved with this week. I just gotta say, I appreciate you guys. We love what you guys do with us. We can't wait to continue. And let's wrap this up here.
real quick, just 2 seconds.
Okay.
We're taking a trip this next week.
Yes. So, all right.
It'll be real fast.
Yes, so James
Gotta
and
put
I
that in.
will be going down to San Diego. So we'll be hitting some amazing places, North Park, Pier Project. We'll probably do even Modern Times down there. We're going to be just exploring, having good beer. I'll be hitting people up to grab stuff for them. And we'll also, probably the last day of our trip, before we come back, we're going to hit Monkish, Green Cheek, and Bottle Logic. So, we
He's
will
going
have
for the
plenty.
trifecta.
Oh, yeah. Even after the other ones, we're going to hit the trifecta on the last day, and we'll have plenty of new beer to share with you guys, have on the podcast, so we're super excited for that. We'll tell you about how it goes and everything when we get back. So,
I'm excited.
yeah, it's going to be a fun time. So,
All right, now we can wrap it
and
up.
now we can wrap it up.
All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when the episodes go up. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, Google, Castos,
Amazon, anywhere.
Amazon, wherever you're listening, please leave us a review. And if not, share us with your drinking buddies. And if you're drinking at home and you don't want to feel left out, tag us in what you're drinking. We'll tag you right back, and we'll post you back up on the Instagram. Our Instagram is BrewsWTH. Our Facebook group and on YouTube is BrewsWithTheHomies. That's it from us. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.